Hi guys, I gotta do this before my battery goes out. So I am doing the Mintakan Starseed right now because I'm doing the Starseed mission Starseed series. So let's talk about Mintaka, okay? You may have heard a lot about the Mintakans, and it is known that the Mintakans one of the eldest starseed to have started incarnating here on this planet Earth, right, Gaia. We're not exactly OEs, but we are pretty high up there when it comes to being one of the indigenous here in terms of soul, being incarnated here first. But I remember being on the planet, and Mintaka is actually one of the star that is on the Orion's belt, okay? And I believe, let me check out, hold on. So I'm looking on souls-space.com, Mintaka-Starseed, if you want to take a look at that more. So what I'm looking at here, and I can remember some of this to be true. So it is made up of 3 stars, Mintaka A, Mintaka B, and Mintaka C. And Mintaka A is one of the bigger star within that itself. It's almost like a star within a star. And then so part of Orion's belt is Mintaka, I think it's pronounced El Nilam, and El Natak, right? And Mintaka, we actually, the Mintakan originals, we call our planet Artuvia, and the water there was very, very clear, crystal clear. You can actually see through all the way down. And like I said before in my Starseed series, is that from what I was told from my higher self and my guides, is that every single star race on each planet, known to every single Starseed, is that we know that there is a tree of life that exists within each star race planet that is the dominant planet, right, for each solar system. So with this tree of life on Artuvia was deep within the bottom of the ocean, because that planet was actually very water-based. It had land as well, and the air is not made up of oxygen like it is here, or carbon or whatever. That's very different. I don't remember the scientific thing about it, but I can remember I had, when I first started to actually spiritually wake up, I remember having actual visions of my past life there. And this is how I dove deeper into Sirius A, Sirius B, even Mintaka. But I originated from one of my very first lives was actually there on Artuvia. So I feel like that was my original home. And that's why when I talk about it, I sound like I'm about to cry, because, the planet has died out from the galactic war that happened there with the reptilians and the Lyrans and everything. So yeah, from what I heard was that the tree of life there was infiltrated. It was tricked by a trickster from both the Lyran and the reptilian star race. That's what I was told. But I don't blame the Lyrans for that at all, because I remember they were just being controlled by the reptilian. And there's just no offense to any Lyrans out there, because I was also has had lifetimes as a Lyran, so that's part of my soul as well. I'm just telling you and sharing you about what I can remember within my cell DNA. I love every species, even some reptilians too, because there are good reptilians out there too, so you can't really say that they're all bad, although majority of them, especially the warrior species of that reptilian, they're pretty brutal. But if you want to know more, you can check out Peyton Energetics. She has a lot of channeled messages that I also resonate with and have seen on my own in terms of like the ancient dragons and stuff. So you can check out that. And then for me, what I can remember was that I remember when I first woke up, I actually stopped at a red light and had a vision. And luckily I wasn't driving when I saw this vision. But I remember I was a mermaid and I had a mermaid's tail, and I was with a soul that I can remember now, who is actually my current daughter that has incarnated with me as a human with me right now. And there's this whole thing about mermaids. She has spoken about it when she was younger too. And I didn't believe her because at that time I had just started waking up. But she had told me a lot of things. And as she activated something in me, I had this huge vision of seeing and watching her as a mermaid going into the water of Artuvia. And I was laughing and just really happy. And I was doing my sonar, telepathy thing with her. And I was racing with her, and I ran, swam up all the way up. And then when I got up, I took a deep breath and I could breathe the air as if I could breathe, like a human, but it wasn't the kind of air that we have here from what I can remember. But the sky was like a lightish lavender. It was not blue. It was a lightish lavender, and the water was really crystal clear. Sometimes it would have like a slight hue blue, but kind of like a crystal clear color to it, and you can see through all the way down. I don't know what exactly happened, but I had a really tragic memory from before. Let me actually pause this for a second. Okay, sorry for that. I had to make sure no one was coming into the room so I can finish the sharing of the story. So back to the Mintakan storyline, that when I had the vision. So basically, I remember seeing the lavender sky, crystal clear water, like they said. So when I read about the Artuvian planet, I was just like, I was shocked because it matched almost every single thing that I remember seeing DNA-wise, cell memory. And from what okay, so this is going to be a trigger for some of you guys that are Mintakans that have past life memory of the day that they died. So the day that I died on Artuvia I remember the sky became really dark. And then I remember the water started getting really, really thick. And then it turned black, like tar. And I don't know what happened, but I felt like the tree of life there was tampered and destroyed. And so the water wasn't crystal clear anymore. And I remember choking on this thick tar-like water. And I took my last breath. And then my soul came out of that mermaid body. And a lot of souls had died that day. That was the day that Artuvia... Sorry, every single time I talk about it, I get really, really, I remember this very vividly. So I get really, really emotional. But, I mean, call me crazy, I don't care. I just remember having this cell memory. And I actually saw a video that confirmed some of the things that I had seen on the last day of my breath. And so therefore, I knew that that was something that was true to me and true to other people as well. So if you are an Artuvian / Mintakan who have cell memory of this, my heart goes out to you guys. I love you guys so much. We're doing very great light working here, so keep up the great work. But I remember, there was a hybrid, a Lyran / Mintakan hybrid on the planet. And the reptilians, they did something, and I think someone got tricked. I don't really know the whole story. Spirit hasn't shown me the whole story because I think that if I knew, I would go crazy or something. I don't know. But I think that because of that cell memory, my heart goes out to mermaids. Like I really love mermaids so much. There are different species and different mermaids on different planets, okay, like Sirius B. After that, I believe my soul went to incarnate on Sirius B before I came to Earth. So I can tell you more about Sirius B star races there too, because there's a mixture of hybrids there. But Sirius B actually had thicker water than Artuvia. So with that, I hope that helped. But that's the story for Artuvia and Mintakans, from what I can remember. Yeah.